funny runners, funny what kids remember, and would cheer us on and that kind of thing. And we were also reflecting on how he built this big, beautiful deck. So most of you have been down to the place in Southlands. And it was really a neat kind of haven when we talk about communal living. At the time, we couldn't actually afford, we had to be careful with our finances, let's just say that. So we ended up moving into my grandparents' property where we had my grandparents living across the lawn, my aunt and uncle and their 4 girls. Then we took over what was designed to be the barn, but there were some architectural flaws, so we became a house. Thank you for that. Which was our house, and then we rented out the downstairs. Actually, my friends used to call these two Karen and Eagle. No, what was it? Karen and Eagle, Ant and Eagle, actually, as in like a little ant and eagle. Anyways, yeah. So that property was super unique for us, and Dad got to share the gardening with.
That was another deck.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the most unique decks you've ever seen. I remember that. It was architecturally crazy.
Yeah.
How cool it was. Like it reached out, he kind of went out in the gardens.
Yeah, it was beautiful, and it kind of transformed the property for us. And I spoke to it earlier, but it was hilarious, the phases that both my mom and dad went through together in exploring First Nations spirituality, exploring UFOs, exploring Celtic. Oh, I love that phase. Going through all these different phases growing up, which was a crazy opening to all sorts of different cultural experiences. And then Dad can be slightly obsessive, so I remember when we got our CDs came out and we had like the largest CD collection ever. And we had that barn and was riding out there. Another thing that one of my best friends reflected back was that she would always remember he'd be out there with his clear glass and his rugged coat on the porch watching us riding with a certain level of pride and I don't know what the word is, but just a certain level of presence. Yeah. And same thing with cooking, like the banana pancakes in the morning and making French fries and making certain things like that. Like there's certain memories like that that will always stick out. So, yeah.
All right, we're going to move to chapter number 3, which is 50 to 64, which is the adult phase, 50 to 64. So just to remind anyone who wants to join, obviously the most significant stage was marrying Maggie. And within that was the move to Mission, frequent visits from Pat, Scott, Grandma, Stephen, and others. The wood and stonework is life of artistry. And I know there was a West Coast Trail experience with a bunch of the family there. So whoever would like to jump in and share a story there. Before we get to the marriage, maybe something first. Anyone want to share?
Well, marriage happened pretty quick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shall we jump into marriage first?
Well, no, West Coast Trail first.
West Coast Trail was first?
Can I tell a story about the West Coast Trail?
Peter, tell us a story about the West Coast Trail. Oh, it's all right. All right.
Scott was with me and Pat was there. I shared a tent with Jim. So that was a special experience. You see my savior, you gave him those little breathing strips so that he wouldn't be snoring when I was next to
You
me.
didn't know him yet? Oh, somebody else.
There was 2 West Coast Trail trips, so this
Maybe
I
number
think
2.
there was 2.
I just remember hailing those breathing strips as like the greatest. And you didn't have to snore in the tent with me. But it was funny because the first 5 kilometers was the hardest 5 kilometers of the West Coast Trail. You're all uphill. You're just going up, 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 up. And we have these packs on. You carry everything with you. You carry everything out. We decided to do the hard end first. So we did the first 5 clicks. And we had radios. So the people in the front have radio and the people in the back have radio. So we get this message, hey Pete, can you and Patrick come back and Scott and leave your packs? And we were like, okay, leave our packs. So we left our packs ahead and we we all scaled back, and Jim was having a little bit of trouble getting going. And so we helped him carry his pack forward and everything else. And I don't think he ever knew, but we took a whole bunch of stuff out of his pack that night.
It was lightweight.
And he woke up in the morning and he just took off ahead of everyone else. He was on this beach walk and he took off ahead of everyone else. And it was just the funniest thing because I don't think he ever knew that we took weight off his pack. Because he's sitting at the campfire like triumphant. Like he just like beat everyone to the next. And the three of us are just dead. Like we've got, you know, an extra, it must have been like 15 pounds each maybe in our packs. And he sits at the campfire, you know, we're cooking dinner, and he's just, you know, you just gotta find your stride, man. You just gotta get up, and you know, I just found my stride, and just so and we all kind of bit our tongues. We were just like, you know what?
Funny.
Give him a moment, it's all good. But you know what? He was a trooper. Like halfway through that thing, he dislocated, and you know, you can't go off that trail unless you're actually deathly ill. Like unless you're
pregnant.
Unrelated to Jim, but he dislocated his elbow at a certain point. He put his hand down on one of the things, he slipped, he put his hand on, dislocated his elbow, put it back in place, put a sling on, and just kept going. It was just a champ. And we finished that trail a lot faster than we had planned to. And that was a lot of fun. I don't know if there's any other West, because that was the
Funny story.
memory of.
Funny story.
All right, why don't we jump into a marriage story?
Christy shared some beautiful stuff earlier about the bridge. So the bridge that you guys built over the pond, and how they actually built the bridge and then chose to do their vows halfway through the bridge.
I'll meet you halfway.
Yeah, that was so beautiful.
Beautiful bridge.
But also meeting them halfway on something that you built together, like it's pretty phenomenal in that regard, I thought. Yeah.
I remember with the wild lunch ahead of time, the idea was that we would, I guess, parade in with him. And right beforehand, he said, okay, everybody grab some kind of musical instrument. And we hadn't brought stuff with us, but he was like, you know, grab a big water jug that you can bang, bang, bang on. Someone handed me a recorder. And I was like, I don't know how to play a recorder. And I remember him saying, that's okay, you'll figure it out as you go. I was like, okay! And it was so much fun, you know, it wasn't about the quality of your skill. It was like, just have fun with it and just go and love it. Yeah, it was nice.
One thing that I loved about that was we've got pictures of everyone here also pitching in and being part. I'm sure the guys can speak to that, but Scotty and Patty did a lot of building before. Like there was literally finishing the deck. I don't know, and the floor right before.
Oh my God, yeah. I
So
remember
it's
that.
beautiful, and that's something from that wedding that we had different people come in and help with that has lasted 14 years.
Oh, yeah, that porch is just mine.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
beautiful, and it's a huge part of, you helped build their life in the last long while, and for the next 10 years, you know, so, that's pretty neat and how the family kind of came together for that wedding, as sounds like Dad has for so many other big family events, so, that was a neat thing for me, was kind of how the family rallied around that wedding and kind of came in, and there wasn't a whole lot of space, but we didn't care, we camped in the back bushes, like,
Oh, yeah.
which was great among the big cedars and that kind of thing.
Maggie, I was wondering if you could speak to Jim's artistry, because you saw him in his stage of being a sculptor and an artist, maybe more than all the East Coasters did. Maybe you could share that with us. A little bit of his love of that art.
He was one of those classic sculptors who would look at a rock and say to himself, I've got to release what's in it. Very Michelangelo kind of guy. So he would wet it and he'd look at it and he'd start working on it. He really took a piece and said, I'm going to impose this image on it. Occasionally he did. Occasionally Rob would say, I'm going to be a lion. And so he might go out and look at lions to get a better idea of what the Rob was trying to tell him. And he worked day and night. He just loved it. For months and years.
I remember I talked to him over that time. He was the one that inspired me to read Canadian Ecstasy, which is actually about Michelangelo. It talks directly to that. It's like, it's not about you imposing what you want to see in the art or in the sculpture. It's about grinding it, figuring out what it wants to be. And as you like grind it down, it actually becomes
Studying it for
a piece of art. Yeah, it's a form that actually wants to exist.
I've got that image of him, and he was always covered in dust, so his hair was wildly hair, and he was just like so intensely working, and dust is everywhere. And I was just like, holy cow, you look like a mad scientist with your hair out to here, and like just covered. He was so funny. Amazing work.
I think we have a piece here, don't we? We carried in.
Right there.
We actually had 3 people carry it in because it just weighs an absolute ton. We didn't know how heavy it was. But of course, Judith and then
Mother and child.
child.
Yeah, I'll just be
She's
on.
2 hands. I can't believe the weight of that. It's spectacular. Just made me realize what a talented artist James really was.
That's a girl holding it.
Mother and child.
Not just a girl.
Okay, I'm just gonna share the other one that Stephen and I have the. And what's it called? Horns of Dilemma.
Memory of the tree.
Yeah, totally. The memory of the tree. Okay, I'm now gonna look at this very.
Well, that must
This is sucking now. Dropping too many frames.
Any other stories that anyone wants to share?
Maggie, would you want to share your story? Or like your first impression?
Yeah, how did you meet Jim and what was your first thought?
So I was at the end of my midlife crisis. I was a professional wrestler. And I was ex-son. We were just the 2 of us. And I started looking on Leckie, looking to meet someone. Because I wasn't meeting anyone anywhere else because I've always been to, I was only meeting women, I had lots of women friends. Only meeting women, married women with husbands. And no one was introducing me to anyone. So I went on Leckie. And you set your parameters, what are you looking for? Age group, ethnicity. I can't remember, it's so long ago. And so I set my parameters. I've been looking on Leckie. But one night, I reset my parameters. I reset what I was looking for. And the first person that came up was Jim. And he went under the name Bonaparte. As in, I'm different than everybody else. And I read his bio. Yeah, it was in code. Oh, that sounds very interesting. And I didn't contact him right away. But it took about 2 weeks, and his image just kept coming up every time I go, late on a Friday night after a few drinks. I go to Loud Life and see if there's anybody out there. It just kept coming up. So I spent the $15 to get the credits so I could actually contact him. And we emailed and text messaged. Remember, there was instant messenger on the computers before he text messages, and we finally arranged for me to go out to meet him. And it was pretty special.
Were you in Vancouver this time? Or
I was in Burnaby, he was in White Rock. And so that was in November of 2002. Yeah, November 2002. And so I think he moved in with us by the following summer. And by the fall, and the following summer got married. Yeah. So I was in my 40s, and I'd never been married before. I always do everything backwards. So I decided I was gonna have to carry it away. That's why we had such a very so. Yeah, he was totally supportive. He says, if you can pull it out, go for it. I'll bring Leckie's. Yeah. And it was very amazing. I was a little blown away by Leckie's arriving.
Oh, I've never heard that before. He's arriving and taking over. No, come on. Bob, you ever heard that? Really?
It was like instant family. It was like you see in the IKEA commercial with the grandmother. Takes a sip of it, everybody. But it not like open a bag. It was just like, okay, we're here. What can we do? That was phenomenal. Just phenomenal.
You're gonna bring the head and take over.
So Maggie, I just want to honor you and celebrate you and thank you very much for being who you were in Jim's life in that amazing stage of his life. Shall we raise our glasses to Maggie?
Here,
There will always be.
Maggie,
Cheers.
Mikhail, Jim, and Aaron.
It's going to way too easy. Maybe I'll see it.
And can I invite Mike and Sheila?
Alright, guys.
Yeah, for you. Right now.
what do you want? Yeah.
Okay, guys. For the last song, we'd like to sing.
Yeah, guys,
So I'm sure many of you know it's a very beautiful Canadian song by Leckie song. It's called How We're Up. Yeah.
Is that?
Well, it goes like this, the chord, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. Baffled king composed. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.